In today's video, we are going to be checking out Ace Bailey and what makes him so special, in my opinion. What makes him one of the best players and potentially an amazing potentially NBA player. So let's get down and let's check him out and see what makes him so amazing. Really quickly, if you want to be able to shoot the ball from further away, make sure to check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. Okay, so here's Ace Bailey right here, and what he is doing is he's coming up to a defender, and one of his teammates is essentially trying to set a screen. Now, when that happens, guess what happens? Well, if we can rewind this just a millisecond, and we put it into slow motion, he does a quick jab cross in the direction of that screen. That gets his defender into the screener, and it allows him to open up that left side for a driving lane. When he opens up that left side for the driving lane, watch what he does with his shoulder. He gets just slightly lower than his defender, so that gives him leverage if he needed to actually make that hit on that defender. At this point, he's in attack mode. He takes one big dribble and two big steps. He takes off quite far away from the rim, and he gets up early. He gets that ball above his head early as well when there's two defenders that were coming in and closing down on him. Then he was able to finish with a massive dunk. And anytime you can get a dunk at the beginning of a game, it is extremely massive when it comes to momentum. Okay, so here's Ace Bailey right at that high post, and this is actually a very common play, getting a player into that high post, especially in today's day and age. It's very rare to see a high-low game at certain levels of basketball, and a lot of teams are just going with one post player. Basically, the reason is because it opens up a lot of driving lanes, and it doesn't clog up the key. So once they swing this ball to the corner, obviously the other team is in a zone defense. A very good zone defense is getting somebody in that high post, looking for baseline cutters, things like that. So Ace Bailey gets that ball roughly around that high post, 15 feet out, just about 15 feet out on the wing. At this point, he's getting the defense collapsing in on him. They do not want him to score that basket, and he is a very crafty defender around that rim. So he attacks back towards the paint, and he takes only one dribble. Now, watch what he does. He's collapsed essentially a line of four players. He's taken one dribble here, and now he's pushing off his right leg, which is giving him momentum towards that rim. He's got that ball up to his shoulders at this point with two hands, and he gets it even higher when he starts making contact with the defenders. You always want to try and have that ball as high as possible if you are making contact with defenders, especially in the key, because now with that ball above your head, the referees, which is this guy right here, is going to be able to see it much easier if you were to get fouled. So get that ball up as early as possible like Ace Bailey, and you're going to be very successful in that post. Then he's able to finish with one hand at the rim. Now this is a really nice play right here. Basically, they've got one post player yet again, and then after we have a nice fake which basically cements that defender into the screener, we're able to get that drive to the rim, and he collapses the defense. This is why you only want to have one post player. The reason being is if you can get a drive, an attack lane, and you collapse the defense, if you can leave somebody in the dunker spot, you are going to have a ton of options. The first option, obviously, the easy basket, dunker spot. That's going to be a dunk all day long. But look at this player out here. This could have been an assist. This could have been another pass and assist. Because now, by attacking with only one post player, you're going to be collapsing a lot of the defense. It's going to leave two players open. It's forcing this player here to guard two guys, and that's not the most ideal situation for a zone, and that's why you run plays with one post player against a zone. This is a fantastic lesson because, as we can see with Ace Bailey, this is the same play as the last one. Look at his hands up, knees bent. This is exactly how you want to be in the dunker spot. You want to be ready so that when you get that pass, he's already taking that first step with his right leg while he is catching that ball. He is already in attack mode on the catch. And that's exactly what you want to be like if you are in the dunker spot or in the low post. He gets that ball up as fast as possible, and he's able to finish with two hands. Now, I'm not going to lie, this could be classified as too many dribbles and not going in many places. This could be classified as a ball hog to some coaches. However, he was successful, and he is the type of player who would be going ISO at least a couple of times per game. So he gets this ball, and at this point, he's low. He's getting his shoulders low while his defender's shoulders are lower at this point. He is starting to get a little bit lower himself. Ace Bailey is, while he is a big man, he is going to be able to play perimeter. He is a fantastic perimeter player as well. At this point, he's sizing up his man. He's trying to figure out what foot he should attack. At this point, the defender goes and plays him straight up. He's not forcing right or left. Obviously, if you're forcing left, you're going to be giving him an advantage at some point. If you're forcing him towards his right side, you're going to be giving him an advantage again. If you're playing him straight up, there's less of an advantage, but it depends on the type of defense you're playing too. You may be trying to force a trap. You may be trying to force into a gap when it comes to different types of defenses, whatever it may be. But by playing him straight up, he needs to be able to do some kind of a fake. And on that quick jab cross fake, and he's going through his legs, he's now created that angle. As soon as he shifts that defender over, he needs to attack. So many young players, what they'll do is, instead of attack, well, here he lost the ball, but instead of attack, they'll try to do 3 or 4 more dribbles back and forth, and it allows this guy to recover. As soon as he makes that fake, he needs to be able to take that lane as fast as possible. He cannot be losing that ball, as we see right here. However, he's able to retain that ball, and he still goes into attack mode. At this point, he is going into attack mode on this side. Gap defender is not in a good spot, not in a good position, not low. He's not ready, which means that the right side is a good side to attack. He does a low gather. He comes to a jump stop, lands on both feet. He can use either foot as a pivot foot at this point. Coming to a 2-foot jump stop in the post, anywhere in the key really is a fantastic option. If you are a player who likes to slash, this is where you want to come to a 2-foot jump stop, because this is what's going to allow you to have the most opportunities to be able to score. It opens up both feet as a pivot foot, but as soon as you choose one, you can't choose the other. He pivots back on the right side. Now, that's a fantastic option, because now by doing that quick pivot, this has created a gap between himself and his defender, and because he's got a high set point and a high release, he's able to make that shot very easily over that defender. I hope that these tips help you become a better basketball player. If they do, hit that like button and subscribe, and make sure to go check out my shooting workout if you want to be able to shoot the ball from further away. I'll see you guys again in my next video.